Yes. Good day, friends, and welcome to our special coverage of what is at stake in the Middle East under Trump's second term. And I'm Godfrey, your presenter. Today, we are diving into the complex dynamics that could unfold in one of the world's most volatile regions now that Donald Trump has won a second term as US president. Trump's approach to the Middle East is highly anticipated as the key alliances, regional conflicts, and geopolitical rivalries are all tipping point. Trump's first term saw a series of landmark events in the Middle East. His administration moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem, recognized the city as Israel's capital, and launched the Abraham's Accords, normalizing relations between Israel and multiple Arab nations. These actions were unprecedented and set the tone for Trump's Middle Eastern strategy, one heavily focused on strengthening Israel's region presence and countering Iran. Let's start with Israel and Palestine. Trump's return could mean increased support for Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has already expressed strong support, calling it a powerful recommitment to the US-Israel alliance. However, there is more at play. With recent hostiles escalating between Israel and groups in Gaza, it's likely that Trump will encourage and end to ongoing violence before the inauguration. Reports suggest Trump may press Netanyahu to declare victory and block resolution, steering focus away from down conflicts. But there is a downside for Palestinians. Trump's past actions, like recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital, have been seen as one-sided. Palestinian leaders worry that he could approve or support Israel annexation of parts of the West Bank, which could effectively end any hopes for two-state solution. During his campaign, Trump made no commitment to re-engaging with the Palestinian cause, focusing instead on Israel security and regional alliances. Now, to one of the most contentious relationships in the region, the United States and Iran, Trump's first term saw a maximum pressure campaign against Iran. While led to severe economic sanctions, isolation, and even the assassination of top military commander Qasem Soleimani. This time, experts predict he might renew the maximum pressure strategy. Since Trump left office, Iran has ramped up uranium enrichment, bolstered support for regional militant groups, and even launched direct attacks on Israel. But Iran is also grappling with internal challenges, economic strain, and protests. Trump's re-election could be a critical test for Iran's resilience. Some analysts say that Trump might encourage Israel to target Iran's nuclear facilities, leading to potentially severe escalation. However, Trump also prides himself as the master deal maker, and there is a whisper that he might seek grand bargaining with Iran if he believes it can benefit the legacy. Now, going ahead, let's shift our focus to the Gulf, where Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have historically had strong ties with Trump. The Gulf leaders were quick to congratulate him on his return. During Trump's first term, he selected Saudi Arabia for his first foreign visit and stood by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman during the international fallout from journalist Jamal Khashoggi's murder. These relationships may now give the Gulf countries an advantage. Trump's renewed term might mean enhancement cooperation with the Gulf in areas like defense and technology. But there is a catch. In recent years, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates have strengthened ties with China, especially in technology and trade. This pivotal toward Beijing may become a point of contention as Trump could pressure them to limit Chinese influence. However, with regional conflicts de-escalating and countries like Saudi Arabia normalizing ties with former rivals, there is also a question of how much influence the US can continue to exert. Another key development will be the continuing rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia. Although Gulf states have recently sought a more diplomatic approach, Iran and Saudi Arabia have reopened the channel of communication, which has led to cautious optimism about regional stability. Trump's more aggressive stance on Iran, however, could challenge these newfound relations. If tension between US and Iran escalate, Gulf states may find themselves caught between two opposing powers, forced to choose sides. Another crucial aspect is Israel's increasing integration into the Middle East. Largely facilitated by the Abraham Accords, Trump is expected to push for further normalization of relations between Israel and Arab nations, potentially targeting Saudi Arabia as the next partner. However, Saudi leaders have been firm about requiring a visible Palestine state before any deal. Trump's preference for sidelining the Palestine issue would complicate this goal. Still, as some Arab countries continue to warm up to Israel, the balance of power in the Middle East could shift. This expanding network of allies might embolden Israel to take a stronger stance on regional issues, while other nations keep close eye on how the US supports these alliances. And then there is Qatar, a unique player with ties to both the West and groups like Hamas. Qatar is currently playing a significant role in brokering ceasefire talks in Gaza. But with Trump's second term, Qatar relationships with the US could face a new challenge, especially given Trump's headlining stance on militant groups. However, Qatar navigates this balancing act, remaining aligned with the West while supporting democracy in Gaza, will be closely watched. Lastly, let's consider the influence of China. The Gulf states, particularly Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, have deepened their relationships with Beijing in recent years. Trump's re-election could reignite trade tensions, putting Gulf allies in tough spot. His administration may push them to limit their partnerships with China. But as oil exporters and emerging technical hubs, Gulf states value diversions. Trump's stance on China could end up impacting these Middle East allies' economic strategies. So, what is at stake in the Middle East under Trump's second term? Quite simply everything. We could see Israel consolidate its influence, Iran face intensified pressure, and Gulf nations reevaluate their ties with both the US and China. Trump's re-election is likely to reshape alliances, stir old rivalries, and even open the door for new agreements as he seeks to cement his legacy in the region that has long been one of America's most complex challenges. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the global politics and what is it means for you. I'm Godfrey, and this has been our special report on what is at stake in the Middle East under Trump's second term. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay tuned.